Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make this flower hair accessory. It's a rose with 2 petals. Things you will need: some green yarn for the leaf. I'm using a DK yarn. You can also use a worsted weight yarn. It doesn't really matter. I just like this color green and it happens to be in a DK. You will also need the rose color. It doesn't matter what color your rose is, but I'm using this worsted weight red yarn for my flower. You will also need 2 different hook sizes. For the rose, I'm using an H hook, 5mm hook, and for the leaves, I'm using a 2mm hook. Lastly, you will need a hair tie, along with your basic needle and scissors. To start, I'm going to create a slip knot. And we're going to chain 35. A chain is yarn over and pull through. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to chain all the way to 35. We have completed our foundation chain. Now we are going to move on to row 1. To start, we are going to skip the first chain and single crochet into the second chain. I start in those back humps of the chain. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. Next, we're going to do a half double crochet, yarn over, go through the loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and go through all 3. In the next stitch, you're going to do another half double crochet, yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through all 3. In the next stitch, you're going to do a double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, go through the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, and go through the last 2. You're going to do another double crochet in the next stitch. Then we are going to do a half treble crochet or triple. You're going to yarn over twice, go through the loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go through 3 loops. In the next stitch, you're going to do a treble or triple. You're going to yarn over twice, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. From here, we are going to work down, so we're going to work in reverse. So next we are going to do a half triple crochet, next we are going to do a double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So double crochet here and double crochet in the next stitch. Next, we're going to do two half double crochets in the next 2 stitches. And then 1 more half double crochet. And lastly, a single crochet. Now we are going to single crochet in the next 8. So how this pattern works is each little leaf is 13 stitches. So whatever you want your middle to be, so if you wanted this to be longer, you just make sure you have your 13 stitches on each side plus 1 of the chain, and then add in the middle. We're going to single crochet in the next 8 stitches. Now we're going to do our repeat. The same thing we did on this side, we're going to do on this side. So it's going to be single crochet, 2 half double crochets, 2 double crochets, a half treble crochet, triple crochet, half triple crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, half double crochet, and then single crochet. And I'll meet you back when you finish that. We've made it to the end. This is what it should look like so far. So now we are going to put 2 more single crochets into this last stitch you just worked in. So we're going to come around to this side. Instead of chaining 1 and turning, we're coming around and working on the opposite side. So let's do 2 more single crochets in that stitch, just to come around. Okay, now I'm also going to weave in this, so I'm going to keep this down while I crochet around it, just to weave in that end so I don't have to worry about it later. So now we're going to do the exact same pattern but this way. So for every half double crochet, you're going to put a half double crochet. For every double crochet, you're going to put a double crochet. So we just did our single crochet, so next is a half double crochet. So we're going to go into this next stitch and do our half double crochet. Half double crochet, and then another half double crochet, now a double crochet, another double crochet, treble crochet, or half treble crochet, now a treble, half treble, now we're going back down, so we're working it backwards, 2 doubles, half doubles, 2 half doubles. And a single. Now we're gonna do our 8 single crochets. Now we're gonna do the exact same pattern on this side. You're gonna work up the same way. Single. Okay, so now that we're here, we're gonna add another single crochet and then a slip stitch. And then we're gonna chain 1. That's it for our leaf. All you have to do is cut your yarn and then weave in the ends. Let's move on to our rose. For our rose, we are going to be using a 5mm crochet hook, and we're going to start by making a slip knot. And again, you can use any color you want. I'm just using red. And we're going to chain a multiple of 10. So I'm going to chain 40. To make it bigger, you chain more. To make it smaller, you chain less. Okay, now that we have our chain, we are going to start on row 1. So row 1, you're going to skip this first stitch and you're going to single crochet into the next stitch. Chain 2, skip the next stitch and single crochet into the following. Chain 2, skip the next stitch, single crochet into the following. Chain 2, and we're going to just do that all the way across. I'm not crocheting into the back loops because we're going to be rolling this up, and so it doesn't matter about the edge, but we're just going to continue this pattern all the way down. We've made it to the end, so we're going to single crochet in that last stitch, and we're going to chain 2 and turn. From here, we're going to do 3 double crochets in this space right here. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to chain 1, slip stitch into the same area that we've been doing those double crochets. Now we're going to this next space, we're going to slip stitch into, and then we're going to chain 1 and then repeat what we did here. So 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 1 and slip stitch. Now, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna make 2 more
just like this. It's gonna depend on how big your how big or small your chain was, but what I'm basically doing is so we're gonna have some big petals, medium-sized petals, and then small petals. So with 40, I'm able to do 4 big petals, 4 medium petals, and I believe maybe 3 small petals. But let's continue with our big petals. So now we're gonna slip stitch into this next spot, chain up 1, create another big petal, so 3 double crochets. One more big. Okay. So now I'm gonna make my medium petals. So to do medium, we're gonna do 3 half double crochets instead of double crochets. Still with the chain 1 and slip stitch, and then slip stitch into the next. With a chain 1. Okay. We're gonna do 3 more of these medium petals. Okay, so let's see, we have our 4 big ones, and then we have our 4 medium ones. Already did the slip stitch and chain 1 into this space, and now we're gonna finish off with 2 small petals. So a small petal is 3 single crochets. Chain 1, slip stitch, slip stitch into the next one, chain 1, and then 1 more petal. There we go, chain 1 and slip stitch. And then we're going to just tie off. Okay, we're gonna cut enough yarn to this together. So get a good enough yarn. Okay, so I changed the angle a little bit so it's easier for me, but basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the small side, and we are going to roll it into itself. So you want to make sure that you're flat right here as you're rolling. So you can make it loose or tight, however you want it. It's really up to you on how you want it to look. But from here, we're gonna flip it over, and we're gonna get this piece, iron it into our hook. How are we? So we're gonna start right after the end. So how I do it is I just pull up on each layer and I pull through. Then I move over one and pull up from each layer. You want to make sure you're getting all of them. And then we move over and go into the next. And we're going to do this all the way around. Okay, so that's how your rows should look. They're all gonna look different from each other. Just a little bit. So now that we have done that, it's time to create our hair accessory. So now we're gonna get our hair tie. We're just going to place our leaves and then place our flower. You can also, yeah, so when I told you how you can make this part of the leaf longer, so you may, if you wanted to tie it on instead, you can do that. But it's whatever your preference is. So from here, we're just going to tie it on basically. So we're gonna go in and out. So in on one side, out the other, and continue to do that until the flower and the leaves are secure. Okay, that should be about good. What I like to do is I like to tie the ends just for that extra security. There we go. And you kind of weave them in. Okay, so now let's cut. And there you have it. Your cute little hair tie.
I hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching. If you make this, I would love to see your creation. So tag me if you make this. That would be awesome. See y'all next time.